Hey everyone, welcome back into FS25. This is episode 10 in Frankenmuth. And it is October, which means we are ready to harvest. So both our corn and soybeans are ready, and there's rain coming this afternoon, so we need to get to it. So I'm going to get this combine fired up. I'm going to run all of the headlands myself here on this first small field just to get them done and not mess around because, like I said, there is definitely rain coming. And we need to get these crops out of the field before that rain hits. So we have a whole lot of grain that we are going to combine this year. So we've got this small field, we've got our new big soybean field, and our new big corn field, along with a small corn field. So we've got a good few hours here, at least, combining, so we're going to get to it. And I'm excited. I cannot wait to see just how much grain we actually end up with, both in corn and in soybeans. So we're about a month away from selling our first barn of hogs. I spent $200,000 already this morning on pig feed. So our pigs are taken care of. I have not done anything with our goats yet this month. We will worry about them when we get up there to our big cornfield. But for now, the focus is going to be on our soybeans and getting these hammered out as fast as we can. So I'll catch up to you guys when I get these end rows taken care of here. Alright, well, we made our typical stop here where we fill up with the combine for the first time. And as you can see, I've got the 9R hooked up to our grain wagon this time. The 8R is just not going to be big enough to tote that big grain cart around. So we got this little dab down here in the corner, one more end row, and we will be done combining this field anyway. And we'll hire the worker to finish it up for us so we can just run the cart and the truck. So we've got a good start here, but we've definitely got a long ways to go. Alright, we got our end rows done here, so moment of truth. Is the AI worker gonna do what they're supposed to do? Let's find out. And they're going to drive through the beans. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, this is a thing still. Fabulous. Alright, well, we'll let them start wherever they feel they need to start, and I'll just run the grain cart. So I'll catch up to you guys when we get this field done and we're ready to start our big soybean field here. Alright, we have this field done, so we're going to go ahead, dump on the grain cart, and we can get started into our big field. I'm very, very excited for this. So I'm going to go ahead and hire the worker right away in this big field, let them hammer it out. The end rows are pretty simple. It's just going to be along the ditch in the one corner that may have an issue. We'll have to keep an eye out for that, but otherwise they should be able to get along just fine without me, so that'll give me a chance to go unload onto the truck, get the truck hauled up to the bin, and all that good stuff. Alright, we'll get this guy sort of lined up here. Get him going. Alright, while they're going, we'll run back over here to the 9R and get this dumped off onto our semi here. Alright, looks like they've started, and yeah, we're going to have a ridiculous amount of straw bales this year. I'm not going to be disappointed in that. I'll take every dime I can get because I really, really want to do some big time expanding here. So we'll get this dumped off, we'll get the truck up to the bin, and then I can come back to the grain cart and we can try and chase the combine down because I doubt they're going to make a full pass all the way around this new field. Alright, well, the combine did not make it a full round around the field. It made it, I'd say it's probably 3/4 of the way. And yeah, I'm really glad I started the combine in the direction I did because we wouldn't be able to load on the other side of the field because of the ditch. But on this side, we get the nice big wide road and we can piss off all the traffic by loading on the road. I'm impressed how far the combine did actually get. I didn't know really how far it would truly get. But so far, so good. And that's not good. So we'll probably have to fix that. See how he goes. There we go. Now the worker's rolling and we can cut back into the field and stop driving the traffic crazy. Alright, well, we should have close to enough for a full semi-load here. I don't think it's quite going to fill it, but it'll be close. So we'll go ahead and get this emptied off, and you can see we're still working on our long rows here. Got all the end rows done, but got a ways to go on these long rows. And then we've got the L-shaped part of the field that hasn't even been touched yet, except for doing the end rows around it. So there's still a lot of soybeans to go yet. So I'm thinking we're going to get probably 2 semi-loads off of just this one field for soybeans, and that's pretty good. That's a lot of soybeans. So we're going to make a ridiculous amount of money in the summer. So yep, not quite a full semi-load, but close. We'll get another dump off the combine here and top that semi off, and then we'll take it up to our bin. Alright, this should be enough to top off the semi here, get it full. And then we can take it up to the bin, get it emptied out. And yep, that was perfect. That is full. So we'll get this pulled up over here, get it out of the way. Then I can run the semi up to the bin here, get it emptied out. Well, the one nice thing about these fields being this close to the home place, I don't have to go very far to get them back to get the truck back to the bin here. And there we go. Semi is empty. We can head it back to the field here and see how our combine's coming along. All right. Well, we're pulling up to the truck here. We got a little over 71,000 liters on, and we're not quite going to have a second full semi, but it's going to be close. And I'm very happy with how our harvest has gone for the soybeans. I was hoping for 200,000 liters this harvest, and I think we're going to be over that. I'm not going to be over it by a whole lot, but I definitely feel like we're going to be over it, and that's awesome. That's going to be a very, very good payday coming up. But our combine's not quite done. He's got a few more short rows. I think it'll be close to another full combine load anyway. And our soybean harvest will be done. So we'll go finish up this last little dab of soybeans we need to get, and we can switch over to doing corn. So we've already been harvesting for almost 3 hours just to get these 2 soybean fields done. Now the corn's going to go much faster. The combine can run 10 mile an hour harvesting the corn, so the corn will go significantly faster, but it also yields higher, so that means a lot more trips back and forth. So you got pluses and minuses to both. But we'll finish up this last little bit, and I'll catch up to you when the combine's done. Alright, we are officially done combining our soybeans. We've got 15,500 liters of soybeans to get dumped onto the grain cart here, and then we'll get those dumped onto the semi. But first, we'll go ahead and get the header switched out, get our corn head put on, and then we can get this combine fired up in the cornfield while we get our grain cart moved up and also go get our semi emptied out. So I'll take care of all of that. We'll get the combine rolling, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get our soybeans dumped off the truck and we're officially moved into our cornfield. All right, well, we got everything moved, everything switched over, and the combine has run his first end row on this field, and boy, is it filling up fast. He's almost full already. So, yeah, we're going to have, honestly, a really insane amount of corn. This is our small field, and we're going to get a lot more corn off of this than I thought we would. I thought maybe we'd get, a combine load and a half or so, maybe 2 if we're lucky. It's looking like it's going to be more than that yet. So that is absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited for this. And yeah, we've already got 21,000 liters. That's impressive. We'll see how this corn harvest goes, but this may end up requiring me to pay for purchase another semi yet, just to try and keep up, because that combine is filling up extremely fast. and I don't know if we're going to be able to haul fast enough. This is honestly crazy. I love it. Absolutely love it. So I cannot wait until we get into our big field and see what that ends up producing. All right, well, this field is done. That went really fast and way more yield than I thought we were going to get. This is our third dump off of the combine. So we're getting a ridiculous amount of corn here. So this is going to be somewhere around 65,000, I think. Or close to it. That's, yeah, I genuinely thought I might get 30,000, maybe 40,000 off this field. So yeah, we're definitely gonna end up with a lot more corn than I originally thought, and I'm not even gonna remotely attempt to guess what we're gonna get out of our big field. Because yeah, I'm not sure. So we'll run up here, we'll get our combine going into this big field, and then we can bring our grain cart over and get it dumped off onto the truck and go and try and catch up to the combine. So we'll get pulled into this, start in this corner here. I'll get my AI workers steering assist set up. That'll work. Get them going, and hopefully they run the right direction and don't try and run backwards, because we're never going to make a full round around this field. So that'll work, and we'll see how far I end up making it around the field before the combine fills up, and I'll catch up to you guys when we get to that point. All right, well, this is our second dump off the combine from this field, and this should give us enough to fill up the semi with its first full load. So this is working out great. This was working out great. Boy, this traffic is ridiculous sometimes. So hopefully I can get this thing pulled up out of the ditch. That's just fantastic. Anyway, this is working out great. We're going to have a ridiculous amount of corn, because this will for sure put us up over 100,000 liters already of corn. So we haven't even finished one end row yet. See if I can crab walk it up out of here. There it goes. No thanks to that stupid friggin' van. So we'll go ahead and get this dumped off on the semi here. And apparently flashers mean absolutely nothing to traffic in this game. That was fun to find out. But we'll go ahead, get this semi loaded, and get it hauled down to our grain bin here. Stop. There we go. We'll get this semi hauled down to our grain bin and get back up here as fast as we can, because that combine's going to fill up really, really fast. All right, well, we did not quite make it back in time to catch up to the combine, so yeah, this is going to be tough to keep up. We were close, but didn't quite make it, and once the combine gets started on the straight rows, just running straight back and forth, we're definitely not going to keep up. So purchasing a second semi and a grain hopper is definitely going to be something we need in the near future. And possibly, depending on how big we can get here this winter, we may end up having to purchase a second combine as well. I think we're going to expand really, really big this year. But we'll hit it hard here. Hopefully I can keep up. I'm going to try my best anyway, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Because once they're done with the end rows, there's a lot of messing around, turning corners and stuff that they're not going to be doing. So that's going to speed the combine up drastically. All right, we're pulling up here to finish filling the truck. This will be load number 2. And I went ahead and took over for the combine to get him past the power poles. I just did not trust them to do that properly. So I went ahead and rehired the worker to hopefully finish this field. I'm hoping we don't have any issues after this. But we'll keep rolling here. This is truckload number 2. We've got 20,000 liters on the grain cart left over, and I'm going to run down, try and get this combine emptied off before I take off with the semi, because I know that combine's getting close to being full already. So we'll run down, we'll get this combine emptied off here, and then we'll run the truck back, get it dumped into our grain bin, and haul butt back up here because this combine is filling up fast. We didn't quite make it. So we'll get this combine emptied off here, and then I'll jump in the truck, take that back to the home place, and get that semi emptied out and get it back up here. All right, and just like that, we're on to load number 3 already. So this is going great. I'm 600 liters short of a full load, but we're going to call that close enough. And yeah, this is load number 3, so we're going to get, gosh, maybe 3 more loads. It's definitely going to be 2, so yeah, we're going to have almost 500,000 liters of corn. This is amazing. All right, that is load number 3 dumped in the bin. So we are flying. This corn harvest is going significantly faster than the bean harvest, which I'm not surprised one bit. Being able to combine at 10 mile an hour instead of 6 is a massive difference. All right, well, we didn't quite get done before the rain started, and it is getting very, very late. So we're not going to get any of the baling done today. We're barely going to get our harvest done before the end of the day. So we will finish this corn harvest and then go ahead and sleep until November, and we will get all of our bales and normal field work done in the month of November. And we also need to start selling hogs in November. So unfortunately, half of October was wasted due to rain. You know, that kind of sucks, but unfortunately, that's just kind of what happens. Not a whole lot we can do about it, but for now, I've only got a few passes left, and unfortunately, my AI worker went rogue and decided to just not continue doing these straight rows like this, so I had to take over the combine. So I will be the one finishing the last bit on this field, not the AI worker. Alright, well, we have finally finished our corn harvest. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this onto the grain cart. I do not believe this is all going to fit onto the semi. I'm pretty sure we're going to have just a shade over 4 loads. That's not bad. I'm very, very happy, very impressed with our yield. Not super thrilled that it rained for as long as it did, and there's even more rain coming overnight, so we're not going to get anything else done this month. We'll get all of the equipment taken back to the home place, maybe get it cleaned up, put away. I doubt it, but we will go ahead, get everything back to the home place, get the semi unloaded, and get prepped and ready for next month because we have baling to do. We have a whole bunch of slurry to get spread. I haven't checked to see if there's any lime that needs to be done, but I'm sure there's a good chance there needs to be some lime put down. So yeah, we'll have more than enough work to keep us very, very busy in the month of November. So I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Alright, welcome into November. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and it is time to start selling these hogs off in this barn. We have 1,000 head we're going to get sold off, and I'm not going to restock this barn. I've decided I want to fill all 5 barns at the same time, just to see how it goes, see how much feed we go through by stocking all 5 barns at the exact same time. So for this month, we're only selling pigs. We're not going to be buying any. So that is also going to help our profit look a lot better. But that profit won't last, is going to be the big thing, because we will be buying 5,000 head of hogs all in one shot. So that is going to be a lot of money. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get these hauled down to the animal dealer, get them sold off, and we'll make $175,000 a load. Alright, well, we got all of our pigs sold. I totally changed my mind and refilled the barn with new baby pigs I'm going to go ahead and keep cycling that site like I have been. We're up here at our goat barn, and I got all of the goat milk out of here and put into our dairy. And you can see I'm running out of storage in the dairy, so I've got 9,000 liters stacked up in the barn so far. And they are out of hay. Now, they've got 18,000 liters of hay. So I've got a plan moving forward. I figured out that even stockpiling the goat milk for an entire year, this goat barn just doesn't pay that much. It doesn't cost much, but it's really not paying much either. So I've decided I'm going to let these goats finish out until January when the goat milk can be sold. And then I'm selling off all the goats, selling off this goat barn, and we're building a second hog site. We're going to put 4, maybe 5 hog barns up here. That's going to be what we're going to do. I've decided I'm not going to do any cattle. So we're not going to do any more baling. Boy, things have really taken a turn, haven't they? So we're going to get rid of that hay shed in January when we get all of our bales sold off because we're selling everything. Going to put all of my time and effort into raising more hogs and farming more ground. While the goats have been fun, and they are by far my favorite animal to watch out here, play around, especially when they're babies. They're good for nostalgia, fun to, mess around with, but they're not really a big money maker. So I've decided to go a different direction, and I'm just going all in 100% on pigs. We'll let these guys finish out until January, and that'll be it. No more goats, no cattle, just pigs. So we'll also need to pick up some more crop ground. We're going to make some big time money coming up. You can see we're already just a shade over $1 million. I've already bought pig food for the month. All the pigs are fed. So that's where we're sitting. So going forward here, we have a whole bunch of straw bales that we need to get made. We have a whole bunch of slurry we need to get put down in the fields. So we've got a lot of field work we need to get done this month, and we're killing time. So let's get to it. We'll head back to the home place, grab the baler, and get it fired up and get all of this straw picked up. All right, well, we got the baler rolling here, and I've also decided to fire up the mower and get our grass field mowed. Since we're no longer going to need to bale grass, we just well get this last cutting off of it, turn that into silage, sell that in January, along with all the other bales, and get rid of the mower, get rid of everything grass-wise, because we're no longer doing grass, period. So that'll be turned into a crop field again, and boy, things are changing. So I went ahead, fired that up, let him mow while I'm baling. Then when he's done, we can get the windrower fired up, get that taken care of also while I'm baling, and then get that grass field baled at the end, get it wrapped, sell it all. We're making some big changes on the farm here. Didn't plan on doing any of this at any point, but I've decided it's the direction I want this farm to go, so that's what we're going to do. All right, we're finishing up our last pass here on our straw, finally. And we're at 296 bales, working on number 297. So this is insane. That's only straw bales. We have not done any other bales on this go-around yet. When we get this finished up, we will go ahead and finish up our, or get all of our grass baled up so we can get that wrapped and turned into silage. But yeah, 297 straw bales total. That is insane. Oh my goodness, we have so many bales to pick up. And we're going to get another 58 bales of grass yet. So we'll head back to the home place, get that grass baled up, and then when we get that done, we'll get it wrapped. And then we start the long process of getting all of these bales picked up. It'll be 255 bales. So, or 355 bales. That's going to be a lot of bales to pick up. Plus, I've already got, 100 and somewhere between 150 and 200 bales in our bale storage. So yeah, we're going to be selling close to 500 bales in January and December. I think the straw sells for its highest in December. I need to look at the hay, see what it's going to sell for in December, but I haven't looked yet, so we'll worry about that in a bit. For now, we need to go ahead and get all the grass baled up here. And as you can tell, our windrow did not go great with hiring a worker. So this is going to take a minute, but we'll get these knocked out and I'll catch up to you guys when we get these done. All right, we're finishing up our last pass here with getting this grass baled up, and we will officially be done baling for the rest of this series. So we've got 347 bales, 348 bales. So we were a bit short of where I thought we would be. Interesting. But that leaves us with 2,154 bales total for the for this entire series. So we'll go ahead, take this baler up to the shop, get it maintenanced, and then we're going to sell it. We're getting rid of all of our grass equipment, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am losing frames. I've definitely got too many bales on this map at the moment. So we will go down, find our baler, get that repaired, get it painted, then we can get it sold. Alright, that is done. I'm just as well while I'm here. Find our 6R and get that repaired. And the weight. Alright, so that is taken care of. We'll go ahead and shut that off for now. I've got the 7810 hooked up to our bale wrapper. So we'll go ahead and start wrapping bales. And you can see over here, we've got the John Deere 915 V Ripper. So I've been waiting for a ripper to come out. I really wanted a disc ripper to come out, but this is close enough. So this does require the 4-wheel drive to pull it. Requires, I think it's 550 horsepower minimum. So that is what we're going to be using for creating fields from now on. A little more realistic, right brand, right color. So I went with it. And we sold off the rather cheaty one. So not that I'm opposed to cheaty. I'm definitely doing plenty of cheaty here. So we'll go ahead and get all of these grass bales wrapped up here. And then we can start getting everything picked up. Alright, we are done baling. So we will go ahead and take this up into the shop. And I think we're going to sell both the bale wrapper and the 7810. I don't really have a use for the 7810 at this point. So I don't really see any point in keeping it. So we'll run up here. We will go ahead and repair what needs repaired on them. Go ahead and repaint it. That repaired. Get that repainted. And we'll go ahead and sell off our bale wrapper. And then we can go ahead and sell off our 7810. Alright. So both of those are gone. So now I'll grab the pickup, the bale trailer, and we can get all of these bales picked up. Alright, well, we have all of our bales picked up finally, and our bale storage is completely full. It's got 600 bales in it, and that is how many it holds. And all of our overflow bales are sitting out here in front of the shop, ready to be sold. So next month is when we're going to be selling our straw. And if we take a look here, we'll scroll down, find our hay, see if it's going to be... It looks like it's going to be in January is when the hay is going to peak, but we'll double check in December just to make sure. But our silage can be sold basically anytime. It really doesn't fluctuate that much in price. But it's showing, honestly, it's showing the Frankenmuth farmers market's paying the best, overpaying right now. But we'll wait till next month. I think we'll just sell everything in December for our bales. But for now, we need to get our slurry spreading going. We've got a lot of fertilizing to do. So we'll jump into the 9R here and test out this new slurry spreader. I have not run this one yet, so this should be interesting to say the least. So we'll get this all set up and going in the field, and I got to run over to the hog site, grab our 8300 with the slurry tank on it so we can get this thing filled up. All right, we got our slurry tank filled up here. Go ahead and get it fired up, drop it down, and we'll see how this goes. So far, seems to be a little bit better than the bigger tank, but we're going to find out big time when we get down here where we need to start turning and stuff. See if it's going to make a big difference or not. I'm hoping it does. I'd really like to be able to get a couple of these slurry spreaders so we can run multiples at one time. Get turned. Oh yeah, that is significantly better. Make sure we get corner, darn tree. But that's working out fine. So yeah, I think we may end up buying another one of these slurry spreaders yet. But I'll go ahead and knock out these end rows here. I'm not going to trust a worker to do the end rows on this field. It's just too odd shaped down here for me to trust them to actually get it done and not just drive in the ditch or get stuck somewhere. So I'll hammer this out, and then we'll hire up a worker to run all the straight rows, and I can just tote the slurry back and forth as needed. Alright, well, I just went ahead and hammered this field out by myself, and this thing's getting along great, so I'm definitely going to be purchasing another one of these here in the near future, and it's going to be a full-time job keeping this thing full. That much I can tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and hire a AI worker to do our big field. That way I can run back and forth with the 8300 to keep this thing full, because it is going to be a full-time job just to keep that thing running. It's going through a whole bunch of slurry, which is just fine. We're doing a double application rate, so we only have to apply fertilizer the one time. But yeah, it's going through a lot of slurry really fast, so it's going to be a full-time job trying to keep it full and keep it going. So that's what I will be doing for the rest of the time, putting the slurry on. And we also need to spread some lime in this field. So I will get the 8R hooked up to our lime spreader and get it going in this field, and hopefully not have issues. I'm not going to make any promises, but I really hope our 8R can get that lime put on without any major issues. But I'm going to go ahead and get that hooked up now, get it going, and I'll catch up to you guys in a bit. Alright, well, I did a thing. So, while the slurry was being put on, I decided I was going to go ahead and get rid of this ditch between our grass field and our crop field. So, I went ahead and leveled it all off, and we're going to plow it all in together and make this one big field. This is going to make this field absolutely gigantic. I'm very, very excited for it. Now, I'm using our new V-Ripper to create the field. It's honestly pretty hard pulling, and I don't ever recommend using an oscillating tractor to try and make straight lines. Just plowing this in together, not a big deal. I can be all over the place, but trying to get the end nice and straight so it's not going to be weird is not great. So I definitely recommend probably stick with the Cheaty plows if you're going to be creating fields. Definitely makes it a little bit easier, but no big deal. We're just going to go ahead, plow all of this in, and create one big field here. All right. So we now have that all plowed in together. It looks absolutely fabulous. We'll go up here into the construction mode. You can see that ditch is completely gone. So we've got this all put in together. And you can see over here, I removed a whole lot of trees. And that's because this is going to be my next field purchase. And I wanted to make it a little bit wider. That little neck there just wasn't going to do it. So we made a little bit bigger space. I already own this area where the trees were, so no big deal taking all those out. And if we go over here to this end of the field, see, we got that all plowed in, got that ditch completely removed. And I really, to be honest, I really didn't want to remove that ditch. I liked having it there. I liked being able to keep fields separated like that. It, added a nice aesthetic. But man, these workers are killing me. And that ditch was just too much of an issue with the workers, so I went ahead, I got rid of it. I mean, it makes a much bigger field. So, I mean, that's beneficial. We got a lot bigger field and didn't cost us really any money, so that's fabulous. But, yeah, I'm not super thrilled about doing that. But just with the workers, I really have no choice. Hopefully someday here in the future, workers will work better. But for now, they're a disaster. So if we look at our soil map here, you can see we need to go ahead and fertilize that. And it'll also need some lime. So we will get that limed, get it fertilized. I'm just going to use the 6R and the dry fertilizer spreader to get this done, hammer that out really fast. It's not worth dragging the slurry out for it. So that is our plan moving forward here. All right, well, we got this fertilized. I think I'm going to wait on the lime because I think this grass field has never been limed, so I'm sure it's going to need lime after next fall. And I'd like to just do the whole field one shot, get it all back up to the same level. So we're going to hold off on lime for now. But it is fertilized. It's ready to be planted. And we're going to call this it for November and for this episode. So if you guys like what you're seeing, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one.